Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Talkmen Tuesday. Sora and Angel back at it again. Take two, Sora.
Take two. Take two.
Sora, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It's 2023. Happy New Year. Everything is going very good on my side. How are you?
Sounds good. Pretty good. Today, it's January 3rd. I did not work out the past 2 days, but next 3 days looks like full steam ahead.
This new year, new us is like we're not working out at all. That's the new us.
I'm thinking about taking donuts to my CrossFit class tomorrow morning.
Something about that doesn't seem right.
I've been wanting to do it for like the Christmas holidays and whatnot, but it just didn't get to it. This whole past week did not work out. So now it just goes from like a nice idea to like you're ruining everybody's New Year's resolutions.
Yeah. There's so many people that are like, I'm going to start eating healthier, and this is Angel coming at CrossFit. Hey guys, want a donut?
I kind of still want to do it. See if we get to donut.
I'd be curious how many people actually take a donut. Like, if I would say less than 50%.
Tomorrow's morning class, I think it has around 9 people signed up. Maybe.
So I'd say 4 total people will take a donut. Or few.
Usually 1 or 2 they cancel. Because the morning class, a lot of things come up.
Like sleep.
Sleep is very important. You're just like, wake up, like, no, not today. So, donuts. There's a Dunkin' on the way, so might as well just get like a dozen donuts from Dunkin' and go. Then, I went to the grocery store and actually looked at the price of their donuts. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
From Dunkin' Donut pricing to grocery store market prices.
Which one is higher?
Dunkin'.
I would assume so. I just wanted to ask just to make sure.
I think especially their filled ones for Dunkin', there might be like 3 of like seasonal things. Then grocery store, I think they're usually around 99 cents or I think at most $2. They're filled or something. Oh, I think they're half off if they're after like 7 p.m. So.
Because they're about to throw them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Dunkin' does that. I think Dunkin' even tells, well, according to videos I see, that's all the evidence I have, but they're like, yeah, we can't. We throw away 100 donuts and we can't buy any of them because we'll get fired. But that might be like location per location because apparently some one's like, my manager let us take them.
I think it's one of those things if you're throwing them out, who really cares? But there's got to be some rule around it, I'm assuming.
Ooh, I wanted to ask you this. Family board game.
Yeah.
What would you like to play if you were having a family night? Or what games have to be at family night?
If you bring Monopoly to a family game night, you hate your family. Nobody enjoys playing Monopoly. Charades is such like an old-timey one. I recommend... There's a new game that we got. It's called Hues and Cues. It's basically this big board. It's like a game board, but it's all shades of different colors. And then what you do is the person who's quote-unquote it draws a card from the deck, and then there's a shade of a color, and they have to give hints, like give clues to try to get people to put like a token on the right shade. But it's like... It's very hard because like there are like 5 dark blues that all look the same, but like there's a tiny bit of it off, and so that's a fun game that we got that we've played a couple times recently. So I like that one. Or the Game of Life is always fun too. I like that one.
Game of Life. Look that up. I haven't played Game of Life. But yeah, me and my cousins for Christmas. Somebody was like, who's in charge of the games? Because, like, we got to do something other than just, like, talking to one another.
Other than talking.
So for New Year's, we got the family back together. Somebody brought Uno. Another one brought the big version of Jenga. I brought some cards. I brought the fast play of Monopoly.
Okay.
I feel like the Monopoly one would be a long time.
Yeah. I mean, if like, again, that's fine. But if you do like the long version, no.
But we ended up playing a little bit of Uno, and then somebody taught everybody spoons, which that was fun and competitive. So probably just bring more cards as well, so that other tables could play and not just look at us while we're trying to grab spoons for our life.
Yeah.
Spoons are actually pretty fun.
I like spoons. There's also a version of spoons where like you don't hide the spoons, but you put the spoons around the room instead of like right in the middle of the table. And so when somebody gets up and sprints to try to get to a spoon, everybody else has to get up and run to like where another spoon location is. It gets it much more active. That's fun.
I guess what's also a good card game for the family? Go Fish.
Go Fish is such an old game. Don't play Go Fish.
Don't play Go Fish.
I would say, I guess if it's a smaller group with your Nintendo Switch, you can play Jackbox Party.
Jackbox Party.
Yeah, that's like, it's like a bunch of, I guess, more electronic games. Everybody takes out their phones, and that's how they play it. So again, like I said, it's for a smaller group setting, but it's still a fun one.
My little cousin showed me his Pokemon card collection. I'm like, oh.
I have 14 holographic Charizards.
Look at this. He was trying to show my other cousin who was like around, I guess, closer to his age, but the other cousin wasn't that interested in it. And I'm like, oh, you got Pokemon cards.
Hey, come on, show it to me.
I think, my cousin is in like second grade. He showed my other one who was like probably in high school. The high school kid wasn't interested in it, and I'm over here like, show me.
Yeah.
Because other than my sister, I'm probably one of the older cousins. And I'm like, ooh, it's so sweet. There's some holographic Reshrams and Zekrom. I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. I also ended up buying more cards and just got like a bag of games. So now
that got you the itch.
Yeah, that I'm like, wait, for Christmas just like a lot of talking, and I'm like, we gotta do something else. yeah, we can't have this for New Year's too. So yeah, we got cards. It was way more fun than just talking to one another. Like, hey, how's it going? Hey.
What was the favorite game that you played? That out of all of your card games and all that stuff, what was the favorite one that you?
For New Year's, I think we ended up playing Spoons for a long time. That was it. Because it was either Spoons or the big version of Jenga. And I think for Christmas, the big version of Jenga was the winner, because that was the only one we got. So we were just like,
Yeah.
And then Spoons, I guess, we could only do like a table, so 6. And we had 1 deck of cards. So get more deck of cards. Then we'll play some dominoes. Dominoes is pretty simple.
I've never played dominoes.
We played the simple version of dominoes. I see the box I got had like a complicated version, and we're like,
yeah,
we don't know how to play that. Like,
we're not going to do that
one. My version of dominoes is like you lay down a 6-6 or 0-0, and then whoever has the matching like a 6, the 6, or like a 0-0, you connect those two, and that's it, and you keep playing.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way that I've played before. I've never played the more complicated way, because I know that there's like some more intense rules that go into it. And then isn't there like a Chinese dominoes game? And like Mahjong, that might not be it. Mahjong, that might not be it though.
That would not be
it. Chinese dominoes.
Is it the star one?
No, that's Chinese checkers.
Ah.
Oh, it is Mahjong. 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 I think it's kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But every once in a while, when I'm on TikTok, I'll come across a live of people playing that. I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm watching, but I'm into it. And I've been on the lives of people filleting fish recently, which I don't know why I'm on that, but like I'll watch them do it. I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting.
I got into the whole chiropractic when they crack.
That's satisfying though. Just like,
then I try to do it myself and it doesn't go.
he goes,
yeah. I say so, get a crack. I'm like, oh. Then I'm like constantly trying to crack something in my body throughout the day. So that's understandable. Like those pops are like you haven't done it the whole day.
Yeah.
Oh. But chiropractic makes me want to go to adjustment soon.
Yeah. That's one of those things I feel like if I went to it, I would get a lot out of it. But then I feel like I would get addicted to going. Like, I'd be like, oh, I don't feel right, I need to go back. Oh, I don't feel right, I need to go back. Whereas, like, right now, this is all I know. Like, I'll crack my back every once in a while, but I don't know any better.
I would want them to teach me how to, like, try to do it myself. And then, constantly do it throughout the day. And then complain about why it doesn't pop the same the first time.
Well, because you've got a roller, but that's mainly for muscles, not really for popping.
I pop my back with the roller in the morning.
You put it like on the base of your back, and then you just kind of like, I guess, give it pressure.
Yeah, like my chest. I mean, it'll be popping in my chest for some reason.
I got in a good like routine where I would be able to like pop my sternum, but I just like go like that, and then. But then I did it one time and it hurt a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop doing that. I think it's just because I kept forcing it. Like, it was like a habit that I would do. Yeah, I'm not the biggest muscle popper, I guess, joint popper, whatever you want to call it. Just like I'm not the biggest massager either. I'm all natural.
Yeah, because that's all you know right now.
Yep, and I'm okay with that.
You know you're getting addicted. Talking about all natural. I'm trying to lay back on the caffeine. Hopefully I'll go to sleep earlier and actually have like a full night's sleep. The past few weeks, it's not been so good on my sleep.
Really?
And I'm like, it's 7 hours. I used to be like 7 hours. I should be good. Like, but then like, is it caffeine or what is it?
So you still get the full amount. You're just not waking up feeling rested.
Yeah. So, like, you gotta figure this out. Because, especially if I work out in the morning. If I work out, rest is just like, oh man, I need sleep. And food. I'm like, why am I always hungry? Like, you wanted to work out. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to work on my food intake too, because I feel like I've just been eating a lot recently, and I'm like, I don't need to be eating this much food. Like, I'm not doing anything. But I had a bad night's sleep last night. I guess it wasn't a bad night's sleep, but I woke up at like 3 o'clock, and I woke up at 2:30. I kept rolling around. Then I looked at my clock again, and it was 3:30. And then I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to just be laying here. So I said, if I just like wake up naturally at 4 o'clock, I'll just get up, and I'll say that that's a sign. But when I woke up again, it was 6 o'clock. But it was one of those where you feel like you just can't go to bed. Like, you can't fall back asleep. It stunk.
Ooh. And then you're like, you're going to be tired if you don't go back to sleep. But you can't go back to sleep.
Exactly. I mean, especially, like, I feel like it's one thing. So my alarm's always set for 6. And so, like, if I get up, like, randomly at, like, 5, like, okay, I'll push through. 5:30, yeah, I'll push through. But if I'm waking up at 3:30, there's no way. That's a whole 2.5 hours early. Or even an hour and a half early from my crazy early one before. So that's just a no-go. That was one of those things. If I would have woken up and just like sucked it up, I would have had a miserable day.
Wait, sorry. Ooh, I think we did we do a version of this? I think something similar to this. Would you rather live in a treehouse or an igloo?
Yeah, we did treehouse or what was the other one that we did? On like an island or something?
Beach house?
Treehouse.
Was it a beach house?
I think it was a beach house. I think it was treehouse, yeah, or like a cabin by the beach or by the ocean. Or an igloo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that seems a little cold.
Haven't you why do I think you went to like an igloo or like stayed in?
I did.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, honeymoon.
You did.
We did an igloo for our honeymoon, which was awesome. But to be committed to that forever, no, I don't want to do that. Because like it wasn't like when I'm imagining this igloo, I'm imagining like an igloo made out of ice. Mm. The igloo that I did was like a very modern igloo. It wasn't made out of ice or anything like that.
What's a modern igloo?
It was like maybe the best way is for me to pull up a photo of it.
Igloo Hotel.
Yeah. So it's look up this. It's BOR EALIS. And then base camp in Fairbanks, Alaska. That's where we stayed. So if you look at those igloos, those are the ones that we stayed in.
So it's an igloo-shaped house kind of thing? Cabin?
It's like an igloo-shaped apartment room.
Have like a full like kitchen and whatnot, or just room?
Yeah, it was. There's a bed, there's a bathroom, and then there was like a half kitchen.
And then you have like the whole windows seeing outside.
Yeah. It was nice. We had a fun time there. It's just one of those things where it's like, again, there's no running water. And so the bathroom, it was literally, this is absolutely disgusting, but I'm still going to share it. The bathroom, it was like aluminum foil. And whenever you went, you would like flush it and then it would crinkle it and then like push it down. And so you only had 10 flushes and then the aluminum foil ran out and you had to call the front desk and they would come and they would like replace your aluminum foil. It was absolutely disgusting. But, like it's the only thing that they can do. But so we always, whenever we had to go to the bathroom, like the main lobby had running water, so we just go to the bathroom in the main lobby instead of using this aluminum foil type of stuff.
Oh, how far was the main lobby?
It was like a 3-minute walk. It wasn't far at all. Yeah,
not too bad.
Because it's like a little resort area, but igloos.
Oh, interesting. Let's see. Oh, it looks Borealis Base Camp. Oh, yes. So you wouldn't do igloo for, you wouldn't live in an igloo? Or would you?
No.
Treehouse?
Yeah, I'd go treehouse, I think, on this one. Been there, done that with the igloo.
you think we can install running water on a treehouse?
Oh, yeah. They do it for me. I mean, worst case scenario, I'd pee off the ledge. I'm not getting hit by it. I'll just yell, look out below. But again, I feel like I would get in my head about snakes, but that's a future me problem.
Treehouse. Codename Kids Next Door. I mean, want to live in a treehouse for the rest of my life. Those treehouses were amazing. They had so many rooms, so much space. How did a tree stand that much weight? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, love those cartoons. That's how it's that much weight. Do you remember how that show ended?
No.
I think like the dad was an old codenamed Kids Next Door agent or something. Like number one's dad, I think, was actually an old Kids Next Door person. But then he grew up. I think that's how it ended. I also could be like just imagining that by something that I saw, but I'm fairly confident.
It's like, what's the end?
No, I think like there was like the evil person who was like trying to make kids grow up, and the dad came in and helped and stopped him, and he was like, "Well, it's because I've always been an agent or like a kids next door upper door, something like that." That's fun to do. Not really fun. That's probably not the right word. It's interesting to do, to look back on old TV shows because they all had an ending at some point, and just to see what the endings were for those different shows that you watch. Because unless it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would put money that a lot of people didn't necessarily see the endings to a lot of the shows. You just kind of trail off of it. So
yeah, I was about to say that was the one show actually, and I ended up did end up trailing off of Avatar, but then I went back to it in high school, finished it off. Because I always wondered like what happened to the Avatar.
Yeah, I was the same way.
It's probably because of the big storyline. They made it stick of like what really happened to the last Airbender. And then
it was so long. I felt like it was just a very long show too.
They came out with the second version of it, The Legend of Korra. That one I tailed off. You're gonna make me want to go back into that one and check it out. Also, my cousin got into anime too. Shows
really?
Like 1,000 episodes.
What anime shows?
The one really long one that's very popular. I don't know. But one guy said it was like 1,000 episodes, and he's like, I'm at 700.
Oh my gosh. I started watching Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
And it was hard to watch because you couldn't I couldn't find a website to go to continue watching like the English versions. I had to start watching the Japanese versions with subtitles, which isn't a bad thing, but like I started watching it with like the English dubbed instead, and so kind of threw it off. But there's Attack on Titan is like a very popular one. Yeah, I mean, animes are one of those things that I think are super interesting, but like you have to commit time to watching them because like they're very good, but they're very long too.
They have a storyline and everything. Well, apparently, Pokemon finally somewhat ended. Ash finally won the champions.
Yeah, but they're starting a spin-off with 2 new characters, and so. Yeah.
So 20 years later, he finally wins. They're ending that character, and now they're moving on to another one.
Yep.
Oh.
And so I'm guessing that these new characters, they're going to be, I want to beat Ash. And so it's going to be their beginning journey all the way through it. Because really, if you think about it, there's nothing more they can do with Ash now that he is, like, the champion. So that'll be interesting to see how long that goes. They're probably trying to capture a new audience, too, with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the 20 years is probably that was a good run.
And, like, now that Pokemon cards are big again, they're probably like, we can get a bunch of people trying to get into it.
One of our family members has, like, babysits, or, like, babysits at their house, and, like, yeah, all the kids have Pokemon cards. That they banned them at the school.
Jeez.
Yeah, they don't allow them to play in school with Pokemon cards. And my other cousin who runs, like, the babysitting thing, it's like, yeah, they fight over them. It's like, I could imagine why they would stop and ban them, because they fight them at the babysitter place. So at school, I could only imagine if they fight too.
Oh my gosh.
So Pokemon cards are in again with elementary school kids.
That's kind of funny, though, the fact that kids are fighting over them. I wonder if like they're actually playing the game or if they're just like bragging about which ones they have. Because I never played Pokemon, but like I like looking at people's Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Probably same. I think I think I just try to play. I've tried to play it, but then I'm like, this is too complicated. Let's just look at each other's Pokemon cards. Kind of like
that one's shiny. I like that one.
It's similar like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I try to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm like, the game makes it seem like so much better. Or, like the TV show makes it seem like so much better. Like these do not come out to life. Or, like Beyblade. Do you remember Beyblades?
Yeah, let it rip.
Those scenes from those TV shows, like wow, and then you get a real one, and then you drip it, let it rip, and then it ends in 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Like,
well, they have like Beyblade tournaments and stuff like that still. But I was on Beyblade TikTok for a tiny bit. Like there was this one guy who was like he probably owned 30 different, I don't know, Beyblades. And, like, he just did, like, tournaments with himself on them. And I'm like, I guess, like, if you're into it, sure. But, like, that audience has shrunk so much. But with virtual reality stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically, I know that there's, like, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game where, like, you can get cards and stuff like that. And then when you play, like, an actual, like, duel, like, it does, like, what the TV show did. Like, it's out a monster going, I'm like, so that's cool. Like that would be cool for like Pokemon and stuff like that too.
That's what I was missing when I was a kid. I'm like, these cards don't have an animation on them.
Well, it's like there was so much reading that was involved too with Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I want to put this spell card down, but it's like, well, what does a spell card do? Give me a couple seconds to read through it, and they're just like, okay, and they like having to keep track of it, and then it was, oh, I have to create my deck. I have to put all these cards in an order that I think is strategic. Like, I can't do that. I'm like, what, 12? I just want to collect it for the cool dragon card.
You got that card. Oh.
Yeah, I remember my friend had a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I thought it was the coolest thing, and I always wanted one. I don't think I ever got one.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh. It's like the Charizard for Pokemon.
I was going to say that. It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Charizard. And then Digimon tried to be a thing. That never really worked. Poor Digimon.
I can still remember the jingle. Digimon, digital monsters.
That. I never watched Digimon, so I can't say too much about it. But I know that like their evolutions for things were very strange too.
How long did it last?
I will guess. Wait, guess before you look it up. I'm gonna say Digimon lasted 3 years.
I probably started for like a season. I don't know why I want to go with 3, but since you said 3, I'm going to go with like 5.
Come on, 3.
Digital monsters. Yeah. Okay. It was released in June 1997. A second generation 6 months after launch of the first, followed by a third in 1998. Come on. Oh. Until the year 2000, total 279. So 2000 was like the last full evolution. Whoa.
Oh, did it start in 96 or 97? So 3 or 4?
Of the original Digimon.
Oh, and then they did like branch offs.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what they did. Digimon Adventure 02.
So they did the exact thing of Pokemon, because Pokemon did like their original, and then they did like the Ruby League, the Sapphire League, and like all those different journeys.
And they're still going.
Yeah.
Digimon.
Oh yeah.
2021.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
What?
Digimon Ghost Game.
What?
You did not see that coming, did you?
I did not.
Yeah.
Who watches Digimon still? I mean, maybe it's a big Japanese thing too, since it's Japanese based or Japan based.
So yeah, they're still going then. It started off in 1999, first aired, all the way to present time. Boom, 21 years, 22, 23. And there's one upcoming one, Digimon Adventure 02, the beginning.
Digimon counts as anime if you want to start watching anime. It says the reason why Digimon didn't do as well as Pokemon was because Pokemon released games on a solid schedule. Well, where Digimon didn't have a schedule to when they released games, so it was a lot easier to follow Pokemon than it was Digimon because you never knew when something was coming out for Digimon.
Also,
just because Digimon stunk.
Their card game never picked up, or I don't know what happened to their card game. And then Pokemon cards were definitely a thing. Just like kids nowadays love their Pokemon cards. So, Digimon or Pokemon? You definitely go Pokemon.
Yeah. I truly couldn't name a single Digimon. I know that there's the orange dude, the little orange guy. No idea what his name, like Chompers or something? I don't know.
I just remember the theme song was so catchy. Digimon.
Gromon. His name was Gromon. What? It's not even a name. Agumon, Gromon, Patamon. Literally Pokemon.
Yeah. But that makes you wonder how many Pokemon were there before Pokemon that never made it.
I know, seriously.
It's like, what is that? Nobody's gonna want creatures that look like animals that evolved. What?
Well, Digimon was released a year after Pokemon. One of the things I was reading said because they wanted to be the masculine version of Pokemon because Pokemon looked all cute and friendly, so they tried to make Digimon look more fierce and tough. That didn't work out. I wonder how much is Digimon worth?
Oh, clearly it's still working out.
Yeah,
it's not as big as Pokemon. What?
This thing says. Okay, this isn't right. How much is the Digimon franchise worth? $6.3 billion for Digimon?
It's 20 years. You don't want to know what Pokemon's worth.
I know, but so it's got to be big in Japan. That's my only reasoning. It's got to be massive in Japan because Digimon is not a U.S. thing. Yeah, looking up Pokemon's net worth is ridiculous compared to Digimon.
What's Pokemon net worth?
$92.1 billion.
Dang.
Pocket Monsters, red and green.
So not to the level of Pokemon, but hey, $6 billion.
Yeah, that's not chump change.
And then Pokemon, they came out with Pokemon Go. Oh, I think that's a huge one. They got
How
me
much
into
money
that.
do you think they've made off of Pokemon Go? Do you think they've reached $1 billion on Pokemon Go? I would say 500 million. I don't think they're at $1 billion, but they're probably getting up there with all the people that are doing in-app purchases and stuff like that.
The raids itself, oh my goodness. Yeah. You have to spend $60 to max out your Pokemon if you want those raids. Just the candy alone. Whoa.
What? How much is it?
In 2021, surpassed $887 million US worldwide.
Woo! So not at the B yet, but very close.
Very close.
That is wild. an app almost at $1 billion. Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Well, they dropped in 2022. So 2021, 887. Mm-hmm. Whoa, that's just that year? And so, yeah.
Oh, that's just that year?
And then 2022 was 430 million.
Oh, so they're over $1 billion. Okay, they're fine. That's insane.
So just the Pokemon Go app is $9 billion worth. West private evaluation from Google. We'll see.
That's insane. Oh my goodness.
They made a great app. They can't play on the app.
Does Digimon have an app? Digimon app.
Can you catch Digimon? Aren't they
Digimon Vital Bracelet Lab. Digimon Universe app monsters. Now there's an app apparently. Yeah, there are people who make apps for anything and everything. Just because even if it's like the stupidest app and you put it for 99 cents and somebody buys it, you're making a profit. But I think there's like the most expensive app or something like that is just a button that doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right. Most expensive app on App Store. Let's see. All right, 2023 most expensive apps. Oh, that's actually useful. The most expensive app in the App Store is $1,000, and it's Cyber Tuner. It's a software for piano lovers to tune their stuff. And then it's actually like a medical app, an education app for $300. All right, so my fact was completely wrong. It's not a button. I swear there used to be like $100 app that used to just be a button that didn't do anything.
Hmm.
Did you get one person that buys that just because they're curious?
Mm-hmm.
You're set. Not set, but you're good.
Yeah. Okay, would you rather live in the clouds or underwater?
Clouds. I'm scared of like the open ocean, so I would not want to do underwater. That's one of like my fears.
Open
Just
ocean?
the vast ocean and not knowing what's around you.
Wouldn't like air be the same?
But it's different because I'm not going to get swum up to by a shark in the air.
What about dragons?
What about fairies and unicorns too? I'm going to have to close my eyes.
I'm like, what about the airbenders out there?
You should have said, what about airplanes? That would have been more terrifying than dragon.
Yeah. I guess you just hit a certain elevation, right? Airplanes probably don't go up to a certain elevation. But that might be the reason.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to go I want to say airbenders, but I'm like, no, dragons are more fierce than airbenders. Airbenders are nice. Dragons, maybe not so nice. Oh, do you have a question this day? Sorry.
Let's just do Pokemon or Digimon. That's easy enough. And let's see how many of our listeners actually liked Digimon. No offense, but I feel bad for anybody that liked Digimon.
You did not like Digimon at all.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Digimon stunk, and I'll take that to my grave.
What did Digimon do to you, man?
Nothing, and that's why I have a problem with them.
Their storyline wasn't great. Their Pokemon, their Digimon were great.
Pokemon were weird. Or their Digimon, their Mons were weird.
Mons. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, so let us know if you guys like Digimon or Pokemon. And if you like Digimon, just a follow-up question, why? And we can... Yeah, I'm aggressive in 2023. Like, I'm just...
Not biased at all.
No, I'm just curious. Why did your child stink? Ow, I nailed my finger. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up before I hurt myself even more. But let us know in the comment section if you're listening to us on YouTube or if you are listening to us on one of our podcast platforms. You can email it to us at talkmentuesday@gmail.com, and we can go through some of those next week. And if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, let us know, and we would be more than happy to highlight anything that you guys are curious about our takes on. This week's episode was actually brought to us by Satoshi Terigi, which is the Pokemon creator. Thank you, Satoshi. We appreciate you for being a loyal listener. And again, if you guys have any tips, tricks, feedbacks, as always, we are always open to do anything that you guys need us to do to make sure that you are getting the best result listening experience as possible. But we thank you for taking the time out of your new year to listen to us. Happy New Year, happy 2023, and we look forward to talking with you guys in next week's episode.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.